Hi Leo, welcome to Scorpio Soul Time. I hope you all are doing well. Welcome to your mid-May through mid-June career tarot reading. This is where we're going to look at your finances, your job. Where is it that the astrological energies are affecting you? I will tell you, Leo, you all are a sign that will be majorly affected this month because Mars in your sign squares Uranus in Taurus. So that means there is big money moves going on, possibly a change of career, change of job, or just your finances having a major plot twist. So be prepared this month, Leo, that could be occurring between mid-April and mid-May. We will get to the exact date of that square when we get to it, but we also have Saturn entering Aries as well as Jupiter moving into Cancer. So these are big shifts in the energy cycle, and so don't be prepared. Don't be surprised if there are some out of the blue money conversations in your life as well as on the world stage. So take a look at the description box below for all the important dates. Also, if you haven't subscribed, I would love if you would. It's free to you. All you have to do is hit the subscribe bell and button and click notifications. Okay, Leo, let's get right into it. Let's start off in mid-May. You do have the Seven of Cups in the reverse, as well as the Hierophant card. There is that Taurus energy coming in, Leo, that I spoke about with Uranus. By the time you get to the end of May, excuse me, the Moon card, Piscean energy there, Major Arcana in reverse, as well as the King of Pentacles. Always nice to see in a career reading, Leo. As we move into June, you do have the Queen of Wands in reverse. So there could be some conversations going on here with you and a spouse partner there, as well as the Chariot card, Cancerian energy there. That definitely could be that shift of Jupiter moving into the sign of Cancer with that Major Arcana, Major Arcana, Major Arcana, Leo. Look at that. As I was counting the Major Arcana, as the Tower card comes out in the reverse. Lastly, Five of Pentacles. So I do think that, Leo, this is going to be a month of change, okay? So just be prepared before we even get into this reading that this is going to be a month of major movement. Like I said, you all do have that square with Uranus, but then Saturn moving into Aries as well as Jupiter moving into Cancer will be big. So let's go ahead and pull a card before we get too ahead of ourselves. Pull a card representing the energy that you bring into mid-May. And you have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. So the Ten of Pentacles card is that card of family wealth, really having some inheritance or possibly just family prosperity to be living on, living with. And there does feel like there's like elders possibly involved or possibly generational wealth here. But with it in reverse, there does feel like some tension in your family unit around money. One of you could be out of work. One of you could be very unhappy with your work, or possibly you've just been having overall tension around not having enough to pay the bills. And I will tell you, as you come into this time period, Leo, this is going to start affecting you in other ways, and you just want to make sure you understand what's coming for you so you can be prepared. And I do think that's the best thing about astrology and tarot, is that it kind of gives us a weather report before we actually hit the storm, so we can know that it's coming, but also know how to pivot and put our attention in other ways. So let's go ahead, Leo, and pull an overarching theme card. Spirit, if you can send my Leos a card representing an oracle message for their career mid-May through mid-June. And you have the King of Wands. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So King of Wands is that prosperity card of entrepreneurialism, but it's also like taking hold of what it is you want to accomplish and making it happen. So Spirit is telling you, even though this month may have a lot of ups and downs, you will have a really good handle of what it is that you want. That, coupled with that King of Pentacles, I think is going to be pivotal for you all really taking taking the reins, maybe starting your own business, possibly moving into something that you had some ideas about before, you've been researching, and now you're like, okay, I think this is time. So I do think this is going to be a great time, Leo, for experimentation, not feeling like you have to only do, what you've been doing all these years. And I do think as you come into mid-May, here we have the Hierophant and Seven of Cups in reverse. This is right around when the Sun does conjunct Uranus in Taurus on the 17th. So this is expect unexpected news at work, but also one day later, Mercury in Taurus squares Mars in Leo. So here we go with all the tension, Leo. So really be prepared for someone, either an organization member, so this could be your boss, a CEO of a company, but it could also be more on a political stage. This could be like the government. There's something here unexpected that comes out, and now you have to figure out what to do next. And I do think that this is going to be really essential, Leo, for you to focus on what it is that your family needs for the short term, and then focus on the long term later. And I do think that the Sun entering Gemini on the 20th will start giving you some ideas and start prompting some more conversations, so that you're not spinning your wheels over too many things going on at once. Now, what I will say, Leo, is that as we come into the last part of May, this is when we have that big move with Saturn. On May 24th, Saturn enters Aries, and it will stay there until August 31st until it will retrograde, and then Mercury will be conjunct Uranus in Taurus as well. So during this time, conversations with higher ups, you could be having a job interview, you could be the one actually hiring more people. It feels like with that moon card now in reverse, things are becoming clearer. You're no longer in this fog or this daze of what the moon card indicates, that Piscean energy. And that King of Pentacles is really strong for you all, Leo. I think that you all are finding some new ways to do old things. I think you all are moving out of a career or a job that was just a dead end for you. And I do think that Saturn entering Aries gives you more courage to go after what you were wanting. And I do think that Gemini new moon on the 26th will help you with creative ideas. So I'm glad to see that this King of Pentacles and that King of Wands oracle message that you got, that is really being able to control your destiny. And that's exactly what you want. Now, as we move out of May, we do have the Sun conjunct Mercury in Gemini on the 30th. On June 1st, Venus is conjunct Chiron in Aries, and on the 6th, Venus enters Taurus. Now, I will tell you, with all this Taurian energy that keeps coming up, Leo, this definitely is going to affect you as a fixed sign. So be careful of being too stubborn, not wanting to budge in any way. This conversation right here, that Chariot and that Queen of Wands, that's like digging your heels in, not wanting to budge, not wanting to listen to anybody else's point of view. The Chariot card in reverse is like not going anywhere. And now that we have all this Gemini energy, these conversations are like, okay, who's talking? Who is it important to be talking to? I do think that when Mercury enters Cancer on the 8th and then the 9th, Jupiter enters Cancer, things become a little more tolerable. I do think Jupiter will be more home and family oriented. And I do think that that Sagittarius full moon on the 11th of June could also bring up some tension with groups of people. So just be careful of when you're in large groups of people, not being too stubborn. Trying to see other people's side is going to be the way to go, Leo. So now by the time we get to mid-June, this is now where you all come into the picture. June 15th, Mars in your sign, Leo, squares Uranus in Taurus. So this is tension between your family, work balance, and money conversations. You all have this Tower card in reverse, Five of Pentacles. You are focusing so much on what has occurred, whether this is a layoff, whether this is downsizing, maybe this is your partner losing their job or having to move. there's something here that comes up, Leo, that you're going to have to tackle head on. But I do think that also on that same day, Jupiter in Cancer squares Saturn in Aries. So this could be even bigger than you. This could be like your HOA comes out and says all the homes in the neighborhood have to have a certain inspection and it costs more money. This could be you having to leave your job because of a conflict of interest. It just feels like there's something here you weren't thinking of. And that Tower card and Five of Pentacles is telling you you cannot focus on only what is going wrong. There are good things happening under the surface, but you needed this Tower event to occur for you to grow later on in June and into July. So I do think, Leo, this is going to be this month of surprise conversations, surprise endings, even possibly with that Tower card. But it does also feel like there's some important people in the mix that if you can just have open communications with all that Gemini energy and Taurus energy, I do think that you all can take a hold of the direction that you want to go. So keep that in mind this month, Leo, between the mid-May and mid-May and mid-June. I do think this is going to be a pivotal time for you all this year. So I hope you all find this helpful. Let me know, what are you looking forward to during this time? What are you going through in your career? I'd love to hear. Drop me a comment and I'll talk to you later.